Love Politics War for me has a almost twofold meaning. First, it's the global version, which is that, through politics, presidential elections, Brexit, leaving the European Union, refugees not having anywhere to find refuge, being on the brink of war, the world needs love, it needs good politics, and hopefully then we won't have the war. But also there is a more individual level. It's something that we all go through. We all go through love of family, friends, and we all go through the idea of politics, be it in the workplace, be it in family politics, office politics. You hear it all the time, making sure that every side around you is catered for. And then, of course, the battles that we have to face from home, family, work, life. We're always facing battles, could even be personal, internal battles. And so everybody really goes through Love Politics War, and it really is the basis of where this music has come from. The sound of this album is what I think is my natural rhythm. I love reggae music. I love the drums, the bass, the feel of a message coming through, and also to dance to. Playing the saxophone, being based in jazz and improvisation is really, really important for me. And then there's one more element that I can't go without, and that's soul. Soul music is what I feel, it's something that everybody then can tap into. So this album is a mixture of reggae, jazz and soul. This album is very different for a YolanDa Brown record because now I feel like I've found my heartbeat. This is the place where it feels natural to play. It feels like the place where I want the audience to sit in with me. And to be honest, we've been touring for the past year, Reggae Love Songs, and it really is the natural place to be. Art has a big responsibility to reflect its time. I think it's the way that people are able to either look back and reflect, and also to try and understand. There's so much happening in the news nowadays with social networking. News is coming at you from every direction. That I think art, music, painting, poetry, it all has a conscious responsibility as well as the entertainment factor. As a child, war really did feel far away. It was something that you would research, empathise with people that had to leave their homes or war-torn cities. Whereas now, it's a war against terrorism. First of all, you walk in fear, you feel fear for the first time just leaving your home or travelling. And something that I'd never really felt before, and that I really wanted to conquer in this album. I think listening to the album, you'll feel the transitions between love, politics and war. For me, the love is a very soft ballad feel. You'll hear that in the saxophone with reverbs and a nice spacious feel. Then the politics really gets a little bit more, I'd say, jazzy. That confusing sound, a harsher saxophone sound, using electronics. You'll hear, the vocoder being used, distortion placed onto the saxophone rather than just the guitar. And then the war element really comes in, that militant, fall to the floor drive that you hear in reggae music. I've had such an amazing time working with Leon James on this album. First of all, the idea that I wanted the record to be reggae, jazz and soul. Going to a producer and saying, this is what I have in my mind, and trying to get that out onto the record is always the hardest part. But for me, that transition was the smoothest. The first time we met up, we'd known each other for years, but never worked with each other. And that first session sitting down, we managed to write 4 of the tracks on the album in that one sitting. He really understood what I wanted to go for, understood what I meant by melodies, using the horns to really emphasize a point, bringing out the improvisation side of the solos, as well as the instrumentation. He plays all instruments, but fundamentally being a bass player, he understood what that real reggae bass is. Then moving to the drums, the guitar, percussion, it was a dream. And I feel like he really understood what was in my mind, which for a musician, an improvising musician as well, it's a treasure, it's wonderful. have such an amazing mix of special guests for this album. I'm so honoured and humbled to have them a part of it. Love, Politics, War really carries a message of hope, a message of togetherness, a message of a better tomorrow. And for me, it was a way of processing all of the news that keeps flooding, into my life and our lives, and really trying to find positivity. I hope it does the same for you.